good morning, all of my gardening friends. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you all showing back up to meet me in my garden. Today in my patio garden. The good people out at Vego Garden sent me out a garden bed to try out. I told you all in the beginning when I started this channel, anybody send me something and I have to do a review, you're going to get the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So now we're going to go into my newest bed, which is the Vego garden bed, okay? So what me and my husband decided is we're going to put it right down here in the patio and we're going to place it right along the side of the wall, okay? So here is my new Vego garden elevated V-series bed. Now, this is the 2x4. I thought I wanted a 2x6. I didn't need the 2x6. This 2x4 is really nice. And it's big enough, okay? So I can tell you it's heavy duty. Now I have some other beds, include my little ones that I got from Aldi's, okay? They're a little flimsy. Premium bed. Premium bed. I really like that about it. Then some of my beds that I have, I noticed that when I put this little rubber piece around the top, it's trash. It just pops up and all that. Soon we put this on there, it's almost like it's just sealed on there, okay? I love that because it make it look nice versus my other beds that I have that it's kind of tacky. I'm just being honest. It's just tacky. But this one is nice. I love this little rubber piece that goes around here, this black piece at the top to keep you from having sharp edges, okay? So, in this bed, 2x4, that's what size it is. It also has a rack at the bottom. I like that because I can put some things down there, okay? I considered putting this on my porch. I did. I considered putting it on my porch. Probably the only reason why I didn't is because I know I have so much going on in the back. I don't want to be running from the front to the back, okay? So that's why we decided, let's just go ahead and put it back here. So that's the pearl white color. They had other colors. I think they had olive green, and I think they had like a gray color, okay? Which were also pretty. They were pretty. But this color was nice for me, okay? So where I stay is kind of unleveled ground. It's unleveled ground, okay? Now, they come with wheels. I did not order the wheels with mine. I think I should have. So I can get it moved around if I decide to move it around, okay? In my unleveled ground, me and my husband went and got us some bricks and pavers. That's all we went and got. We got pavers so we can kind of get it leveled, okay? That might not be some of y'all situation. That was what my situation was. That's what we had to do, okay? Everybody don't live in a perfect world. So that's what it is. It's stable. It's not rocking back and forth. And we got it level. So that was great. So I'm going to go ahead and begin to fill this up with soil. From my understanding, I think it may take about 7 cubic feet of soil, okay? I think that's my understanding, about 7 cubic feet of soil. So I'm going to go ahead and start loading it up with the soil, okay? So before I go ahead and start putting my soil in, I just wanted you all to kind of see this metal bottom that they have inside of here, okay? Now, the way that it's set up, you don't see holes in it for it to drain. But they said that they have it built that once it gets too much water, if it's holding too much water, it kind of flows out the side. It's not seamed down. It's not welded in there, okay? So on the sides, it still will be able to pour out, okay? You'll be able to get your drainage down. So I would think that you want to be able to put this somewhere where you don't mind water falling, okay? That's another thing, okay? So in it, as you can see, because it's a 2x4, but it's shallow. So I would think shallow root plants that will go in there, you know, like your herbs and things like that and other things, okay? So I'll show you what I'm putting in, but first I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to fill mine up with soil, okay? So, I tell y'all been working out. Now this is a 3 cubic feet bag of soil. And that wasn't even a full bag, to be honest. I pulled that out of the greenhouse, okay? Oh, no clumps and bumps. I didn't want none of that in this bed. I made a mistake on some of my other beds that I had, like my wooden bed. I made a mistake and put some things in there, raised bed soil that had like wood chips and things like that. I don't want that in here. I don't want that in here. To the point that I'm not even gonna put black cow in there, okay? Because I want this to be where I can plant certain things like carrots, something that don't need to be hidden anything to, you know, kind of so it won't stunt its growth or things like that. So they tell you that you need your garden to be south facing, okay? So my house is kind of set up funny. So south facing would be this way. It's like absolutely south facing, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add this happy frog in there. I'm gonna mix them together. You might have already seen my video that I made where I made my own homemade mix. And you can do it. You can do it. Planted some things up there at the top of the hill that I already put. I mixed with my homemade mix, okay? So I kind of see and compare how things are turning out with that, which I believe I'm going to like because, again, light, fluffy, airy. The ingredients that I use are some of the base ingredients in a lot of these other bags of soil, okay? So, but these two together makes a good super mix to me, okay? I'm just trying to make sure I get these lumps and clumps out. You don't want your plants running into that stuff. So this right here, I'm happy to say I believe that I will have some good soil in here for a long time, and it'll be nothing to amend this soil, okay? So some of y'all might say, she plants some more stuff. I told you I have people say it all the time. Don't you think you overdoing it? But I can tell you, my mind is at peace when I'm out here. I'm having fun. I'm having fun and appreciate talking to you all. You all so kind in the comments. And I'm always telling y'all, prepare, prepare. I was thinking about how something that I just noticed is about me is that I know that God uses me to warn. I know it's the truth. I know it's the truth. Sometimes I'm warning people and telling them, I don't know, I think you shouldn't do that. I see this. I believe this might, da, da, da. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you. I just, and to the point that I almost hope it's not true. I be praying it ain't true. When I say it and have to tell, I pray it ain't true. I pray it ain't true. And if y'all let me just be real and transparent for a minute, because this is knocking on people's doors now. Before my brother passed, I told him, beautiful person, handsome young man, he was, very handsome. He went out here looking like somebody bummy on the street. That wasn't him. That wasn't him, okay? Handsome. I said, get yourself together. Get yourself together. I don't want mama to find you. I don't want us. Do you want us to have to find you dead somewhere? I'm telling y'all truth right now. And I ain't finna talk about this a whole lot, but I'm finna hurry up and talk about this really fast. Things that I said to him, I hope it wasn't true. I did not want my mother to find him dead somewhere. He was my only brother. That's not what I wanted. He said, I know. You right. I know. I'm working on myself. I'm trying to get myself together. I prayed for him every morning. Let me tell y'all the truth right now. Every morning I prayed for him. I went to work at 5 a.m., driving down the road every morning, crowd in my spirit. Lord, save my brother, Lord. Deliver him, God. Take the taste out of his mouth, Lord. Every morning, to the point when I got to a certain stop sign halfway to work, I would almost be so full in tears, praying, crying out for him. Truth. Because I don't want him to be found dead. You can save him, God. I see him in church with a family, living right. This was my prayer. Every morning I prayed that. Anyway, my mama called us. Can't find your brother. I said, I'm doing something right now. I said, maybe he such and such. Let me hurry up and get you out there. My mama called back. 10 minutes later, she said, I found your brother. I said, where he at? She said, he in this room. He dead. That's truth. Well, it broke me. And that, I had to get myself up and dust myself off and tell myself, I gotta be mature. Some people just ain't gonna make it. My point was to say that, not really to go all into that, but I don't want this to be a sad channel, because it ain't that. I was broken. The Bible said David in the Bible had Bathsheba's husband put on the front line. Remember that? He got that man's wife pregnant. Y'all remember that. It's in the book. That woman got pregnant. David had a baby. By that woman, that baby was sick. David cried out to the Lord. I felt like my story, it resonated with it. He cried out to God. They was coming back to try to get David. They got to the point they was scared to mess with him. The baby died. He laid on his face and cried out to God for God to spare that baby life to me, just as I did my brother. When that baby died, the Bible say he got up. He dusted himself off. Went back. They thought he had lost his mind. He didn't lose his mind. He said, what could I do? If God let that baby live, and let me say, if God let that child live, he let him live. But if he decide to take him, he take him. I told y'all, it ain't our business. That's God's business. We have to get ourselves up from that place, dust ourselves off. First time in my life I experienced, in the middle of a deep sleep, waking up in boohoo tears, crying, boo-hooing, sobbing in my spirit. First time I ever experienced that, sobbing right in my sleep, waking up. I'm waking up, my husband holding me because I'm sobbing. First time I ever experienced it. I ain't no crybaby. Some things touches me. That broke me. So that's what that was. I said that, pray for your people. I pray for your people. But if God make a decision, respect the decision that whatever he made, okay? I'm gone from that. I'm just saying that to say I do. God uses me to warn, and I started thinking about that on yesterday and this morning, that I'm telling y'all, prepare y'all house. Y'all better pay attention. I hope I'm wrong. I hope them shelves stay full, the prices don't go high, and things go well, and y'all can still have the convenience of being able to go on doing. I don't trust it. I ain't gonna do it, so I'm gonna grow me some food. I'm gone from that. Let's get back to this. So I got to get another bag. I want to mix it in so I can go ahead and show you guys what I'm planting. As you can see, I had to go get me a hat because that sun is beaming, and I had to go get some more potting mix because I believe, like they said, it takes 7 cubic feet, okay? So this bag that I got right here is a 3 cubic feet, so 2 of these and maybe a happy frog or something, you know, will work out just fine for you. You know, some of that stuff that I say is sensitive, you know, even to my own life. Some things I do have to think about before I just say it, but to be honest, we do need to put the awareness out there. Drug addiction is real, like never before. I didn't want to ever believe that it would happen in my family. I seen it happen in other people's family. You hear about it. It was scary to me. This is one of the reasons I began to tell my brother, like, hey, you don't want mama to find you, you know, stuff like that. And like I said, I be hoping I'm wrong. I be hoping I'm wrong. And the same way for this stuff about this food, I hope I'm wrong. But I can tell you, throughout my years, I had to realize God uses me to warn. Was not thinking about, I told you, the way this channel done happened, wasn't my plan. That's all I can tell you. It wasn't my plan. Prepare y'all house, okay? And these churches need to be teaching folks that, okay? That's just what I believe. I'm nobody, you know? I'm nobody. I'm just a vessel. I'm a voice crying in the wilderness. That's how I look at myself. This ain't no conspiracy theory. The Bible said it was going to come a time they was going to have to take that mark, the mark of the beast. Some of y'all Bible folks heard of this. Might be talking over some folks here. But let me just say this. For all these folks who ain't got time to play in the dirt, because you got your nice clothes on, your fancy stuff, I get it. I got it. Just know, that mark of the beast come, I don't know how exactly going to happen. But they saying you're going to take a chip in your forehead or your hand. Just know, January, top tech folks was on the front row. I don't want to talk about that stuff long. That's truth. That's what was on the front row. Your prices of your food and all of that's going to go up. This all I got a question. Put it down in the comment. I'm trying to figure out what y'all going to do. If the Bible say you ain't going to be able to eat, buy, or sell, what you going to do? What you going to do? Just tell me. I don't know. I hope it don't happen. But I told you, that ain't no conspiracy theory. That's the book. What you gonna do? You gonna go out to your garden and you gonna get you some food, or you gonna get in line to go get that chip so you can get to that grocery store? What you gonna do? Okay, I'm gone. So, in this garden that I have right here, Lord, I thank you. Thank you for it and thank you for mine. I kind of came up with a little plan, okay? So, I think it makes sense that we know that marigold is a good companion plant. Chase away the aphids. Some of the pests don't like them. So, let's get us some marigolds in there. That's one. Pretty, wouldn't you say? So, let's get us some marigolds in here. Because it's just almost a good companion plant for almost anything. So, we'll get those in there. And I'm just going to stick them in the back corner of this bed, okay? Wanted to grow me some bush beans, okay? So I want to put those in the back side of this garden. And bush beans, they're going to grow in a bush, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 4 in here, okay? I'll put 4 of these beans in here. And these are Blue Lake. And these particular ones are called Kentucky Wonders. They also is a bush. So I want to get me some string beans going. I planted some at the top of the hill, but I just couldn't see them. I didn't see them. We just saw some the other day, but I felt like my snap peas, you know, they pole beans, kind of had, you know, made them kind of, it choked them out or something, I don't know. So I'm going to put 4 beans in here too. And I'm only planting them about 1 inch deep. The company, Survival Garden Seeds, they sent me out a vegetable package, okay? They sent me out a vegetable package, and they also sent me out a medicinal herb package. I thank them for their generosity, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and give me a couple beets in because y'all know them beets. We doing that, high blood pressure, iron, things like that. I told you all. I've been taking the beet juice, go to the doctor, and I've been on blood pressure pill over 10 years. But now when I go to the doctor, they saying your blood pressure normal. I ain't never had a doctor in my life tell me drink beet juice, okay? So I already planted some Detroit beets. Now I'm gonna plant some that's called golden Detroit beets, okay? Now they saying that these, let me let you see them. They ain't that dark. They golden. So now they saying that these supposedly don't have the earthy taste, you know, that tastes like dirt. Y'all know how that beet juice is, okay? So I wanted to plant some of these and try them out and see because I'm just tired of buying that juice. And I say that to say I want to start juicing my own. The beet juice is just high. It's expensive to me, okay? They hip. We want it. So it say it got 10 seeds in here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and plant some of these in the front side of my bed, okay? And I'm just gonna put them down. So I just want to try those out and see how those come out, okay? So I got my beets planted. Now what I want to do is try to do me a summer lettuce. I talked about that in one of my other videos. That's what I planted in some of those little small beds. Now this one is a butter crunch. Now they say butter crunch can do good in the summertime. So let's try it. Now I tried one of these little tapes once before and it did not germinate. So I'm gonna give it another try. Now they definitely ain't cheap. It's like $7.99 for that. But this company, I just want you all to know that sent me out the other seeds, the Survival Garden Seed Company. They sell a seed, a lettuce, and it's called, I believe it's something like all year lettuce, something like that. I ordered it because I want to try that out, okay? So I'm going to take this tape and I'm going to lay some in here, okay? And this is the butter crunch, okay? Want to try that. Now, some people say it might not be good to try lettuce at all in the summertime, okay? So, that's why I'm planting beans in here with mine, so it can help shade it some. They said they are good companion plants because the beans will help shade your lettuce. Not only that, they said those beans can fix the nitrogen in the soil, which your lettuce will love, or your brassicas will love, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try that. Lay that right on in there. I'm gonna make me a little trench behind her. And I'm gonna lay me some right in there, okay? So right next to that, I'm gonna use a salad bowl mix. This is another one. Now, just to let you know, let me go back for a minute. Those beets take like 65 days to harvest, okay? So with this takes about, the butter crunch, it takes about the same, about 60 days to harvest, okay? So I'm going to try this salad bowl mix because this one's saying 45 days to harvest. And they saying you can grow it in summertime, but just have something that can shade it some, okay? So let's try this salad bowl mix. I just want to be able to have lettuce. What better time to eat lettuce than in the summer, okay? So it's supposed to take 7 days to kind of germinate. Now I'll go ahead and get all of that covered up, okay? Now, like I said, I tried that tape before and I couldn't get it to germinate. I don't think I'm doing nothing wrong, okay? And I just even sprinkle just a little behind it. Let's just see. I'm okay with overseeding, okay? I told y'all that once before, okay? The last thing that I'm gonna plant inside of here is cilantro, one of my favorite herbs to grow. I love the smell of it, I love the taste of it, and we love doing like a Taco Tuesday, okay? So I had some already planted. It was amazing and great tasting. It bolted, okay? So I'm gonna plant it in here with the beans. Hopefully that as long as it's being shaded out, that it can kind of grow. I'm not positive. I heard some people say that they could. They tried it and it worked if you can get it shaded by other plants. Just know that cilantro is a good companion plant with the beans because it can benefit from the nitrogen that the beans put in the soil, okay? So with your cilantro, what they tell you, I did not do that the first time. I had some that I couldn't even get to germinate. Well, I did not know that they said that you should break the cilantro seed or soak it, okay? So I've been soaking mine. I actually been soaking for about 2 hours. They say about an hour. So we'll go ahead, and I just got mine just soaking and floating in a glass so I can see it. And I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to drain some of this water off, and then I'm gonna get that planted. They say you can squeeze it, and you'll kind of hear it pop. Okay. So I'm gonna put it kind of in the corner side of my bed. Put it right by those marigold. Okay. And I just squeezed it until I heard it snap in my hand, okay? Even though they say once you soak it, it's good. It's called a rose moss. It's not edible, but I can put it inside of her. I checked. My friend Google said it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add this inside of here, okay? And I just stick it in the corner of the bed. They kind of drought tolerant too, but they are so pretty. They bloom in the daytime. So I wouldn't mind putting some of this in there, okay? And we'll see how that comes out. I wanted to put this whole thing in there, but I better leave room for my beets. Add these little small ones just to give it a little color inside of here, okay? I just got everything planted in there, from my beans to my lettuces, bib. Also have my cilantro, and I also have my different beets, Detroit red and the golden Detroit beets, okay? So go ahead and get all of that watered in. Okay. So I'll go ahead, put my water can right down there. I'm loving that, okay? So to sum it all up, this is my new Vego garden elevated bed. 2 thumbs up. I love it. I love it. I feel like it don't take up a lot of space right here. I thought about putting it next to my house, and I thought about putting it on the front porch. I could have put it in a couple small spaces. It's enough room that if you go by your square foot garden, you could get a couple things planted in here, okay? I feel like it's deep enough that you can do shallow roots and you can do some other things in here also. I definitely believe that, okay? So we got this all set. I love this. Those good people gave me a discount code just for you all, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the links down in the description for the Vego garden bed. And I hope you all order one and try it out because I love it. Especially people who just need something in a small space right on their deck or something. My aunt, when she came over the other day, she explained to me that, you know, she was thinking about, her husband was thinking about putting a bed in. She was like, I don't really want a bed. She came over here in the midst of my husband assembling this when he got done. She's in her 70s and she gardens all the time. But she just started gardening food with me. But before, she just did plants for years. She's a plant genius, okay? So anyway, she said, soon as she saw, she said, that's exactly what I need. I can put that on the front side of my house. I'll put the discount code right down in the bottom for you guys. So they've been had a good sale going on. Also, I do know that. And I'll also try to put it on the screen for some of you all who don't know how to get into the description. Also, survival garden seeds, heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds, that is a great seed to have. Heirloom seeds. So I'm going to try those out, okay? But my thing is get a seed in the ground, okay? I'll put the links down in the description. Again, I thank them for their generosity. Remember what I told y'all, it's in the book. God know how to cause men to give unto your bosom. I appreciate every one of you all. Because of you, this happened, okay? They also sent me out a trellis cover system for this bed. I will be trying that out. This is the trellis system for the Vego bed. It also is, wait one moment. I'm telling you, I love it. I just love it. I'm telling you, I love it. I don't know what else to say. I am the kindergartner. I'm here to learn from you and to repeat some of the things that I have learned in life and also in that word, okay? And I'll repeat it back to you. I thank you all again for watching this video, and especially if you watched it to the end. I'll catch you guys on the next video.